Hello, Dawgpound South campers. This is the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network, brought to you by Hemisphere Coffee. I'm your host, Steve Gill. Well, we have now entered the portion of the Browns program where everything shuts down for about a month, and we get stories about nonsense for 4 weeks. The training camp dates were announced. July 18th for the rookies and younger players, and then the 22nd for the veterans. So, like I said, that's 22nd. That's a month from today. And then we'll be knee deep in training camp. Until then, let's hope our last draft pick takes the foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Now, I've seen a lot of stories about the people who don't like Shedeur Sanders. They should just cut him. Cut him now. Cut him. No, they're not going to do that. They are hopefully going to teach the young man that that he needs to ease up a little bit. This time of year, news about players usually isn't good news. So let's if this is the worst thing that's going to happen to the Browns for the next month, then I'm fine. The kid's young. He went 100 miles. I've gone 100 miles an hour before. Come on. So, hey, no drugs were found in the car. No guns were found in the car. So he's learning from his mistakes. Now, before you sit there, typical Sanders fan. I am not a Shedeur Sanders fan. Never was. I think that the where they drafted him was incredibly great value. I don't think he's being hurt by the Browns. I don't think he's being punished by the Browns for not taking snaps with the number one unit as much as Dillon Gabriel. I just think it's just a simple fact that in college, Dillon Gabriel had to learn 3 different offenses, and each offense was very, very extensive. And Sanders was in a pretty simplistic offense in college, coached by his dad. I know he went to 2 different schools, but his dad was both. And it was very simple. I mean, his offensive line in college sucked. Let's just face facts. So they ran a lot of screens, and they ran a lot of outs, a lot of quick things to protect the quarterback is basically what they ran at Colorado. And he still got sacked a lot. It was very simplistic. You see Travis Hunter, the number 2 draft pick overall. There were reports out of Jacksonville when he showed up. He didn't know how to run a route because that's what he wasn't required to run pass routes at Colorado. And besides, he spent most of his time in defensive meetings and then in offensive meetings. So your number one, you're running a simple offense. Your number one offensive threat isn't even in the offensive room the majority of the time because he's studying in the defensive room. So let's just calm down on who's going to start, which rookie has the best opportunity to start. I have an article I just put out yesterday at Fans First Sports Network about the dilemma. It's not a problem, but it is a dilemma the Browns have at quarterback. Give it a read and tell me what you think. So, training camp in a month. So we have to put up with all the garbage articles and clickbait articles between now and that period of time. Let's just hope everybody shows up healthy and everybody shows up ready to go. So that's all I'm hoping for. Let's take a quick break. All right, back with you. So, other big news items besides Shedeur Sanders driving fast and training camp. Well, the number 2 pick, Quinshon Judkins, still has not signed yet. Number 33 pick signed right away, Corey Schlesinger. So Carson Schlesinger, sorry. So what's the holdup? Well, remember Tyler Shuck, the quarterback everybody thought could be the next second coming, and New Orleans took him in the second round. He wants a fully guaranteed contract. A second round pick wants a fully guaranteed contract. That's what's holding up all the other picks in the second round right now. And I think I read someplace that of the unsigned picks, 70% of them are second round picks. They're all hold up because of Tyler Shuck and his guaranteed money demand. So until that gets done, I mean, the money is slotted. What the salary that Junkin is going to make is already slotted. Right now, they're just talking about verbiage and that kind of stuff. But this guaranteed thing on Tyler Shuck is really thrown a wrench into the works for the second round picks. Hopefully, they'll get him done prior to training camp. I don't think it's going to be a problem until then. I have a feeling the Saints and Shuck camp will work this out. So we'll wait and see on that. What else can we discuss here? Well, the stadium issue is now going to go to court. They're trying to decide if they can, if it's going to be a federal court or state court. I see that the politicians who don't like this idea are still whining about the unclaimed funds. As I mentioned before, the state and Cuyahoga County has taken money from that unclaimed fund previously. So if you didn't have a problem with taking the money then, why do you have all of a sudden have the problem taking now? Last year, it took in like $500 million and only a third of it was claimed, $149 million. So at that natural progression moving forward, there's always going to be money in the unclaimed funds. And the Browns will pay it back. That's part of the deal. I see no problem. My biggest problem with this is Cleveland politicians could have taken care of this and got money from a billionaire to revitalize downtown Cleveland. Right now, with the stadium, 10 Sundays or 10 weekends a year, the businesses get a massive influx of people, even when the Browns are bad. So what happens the rest of the time? Now, what you would want is Jimmy Haslam's money to help develop downtown so people come downtown every day and spread it out over the entire year. See what I'm saying? It makes no sense. You should have worked. The Browns and the city of Cleveland should have worked together. But what happens is you get politicians who think of their self-power over the power of their constituents. So if you live in Cleveland and you're watching this, call your rep and say, look, stop this nonsense. Why haven't you done anything in downtown Cleveland in 30 years? I mean, businesses will find a way to survive this. So because that's what smart businessmen do. In Nashville, you've got a couple bar owners. Well, you got them. A lot of the bars are in downtown Nashville, and that's what it is. So let's face facts. It's honky tonks and entertainment venues, and that's about it. If you're a country music star, or any kind of star, you open up a restaurant. Post Malone's getting ready to open up a restaurant. John Bon Jovi just opened up a restaurant. That's what you do in downtown Nashville. You open up a restaurant, honky tonk. It's going to have different levels. It's going to have different, it's going to have high-class dining in the upper part. It's going to have a rooftop bar, blah, blah, blah. But that's what you do in downtown Nashville. And there are some owners down there who just don't play well with others. They complain about everything. And there are others down there who learn to adapt. There's this one gentleman who's learned to adapt ever since COVID, and he keeps making money. I wonder why he keeps making money. Because he adapts to the current landscape. That's what good businessmen do. And that's what businessmen in downtown Cleveland and women are going to have to learn to do. Don't just sit there and pound your head against the wall. The stadium is happening. It's going to happen. Accept it and work with it. So Now, like I mentioned earlier, we go into the summer doldrums. Um, News will be greatly appreciated if it's good news, and overanalyzed if it's bad news. So just prepare yourself for a nice month-long excursion into lists and redrafts and that kind of garbage. But if we hear anything here at the Fanatical Elves Network, we'll be the first on it. So I want to thank you for watching today. This has been the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. And as always, we're brought to you by Hemisphere Coffee. I'm your host, Steve Gill. And like I always say, I want to thank you for watching, listening, subscribing, and following. We're just Browns fans like you. And we have an opinion, well, just like you have an opinion. So thank you again. And everybody, go Browns.